hopefully we're good. All right, we've got some people dropping in. All right, hopefully everybody can find us. Fingers crossed. I'm gonna put our timer on. We're here for a knee circuit. So famously, Martha Graham said there are no exercises for the knees, only the muscles that occur above and below them. And so here we are. So we're gonna work a bit with our quads. We're gonna work with our hamstrings. We're gonna work with our hips, with our calves, with our shins, etc. And we're going to use a chair for some seated exercises. I have a band, a resistance band, and I also have a small ball. If you have a pillow nearby, that'll work too for some mat work in a moment. So we can put these things off to the side. You can see the new shelf is here with the new plants, some of them brought from home. To start, we're gonna take this chair back a little bit, unless you do need to sit in it, in which case I invite you to sit down with me. And I just feel bad that we've lost everybody, but hopefully they'll refresh their screen and come back in. We had a good crew. Tech is never fun. Let's start with our hands on our hips, and we're just gonna place one heel forward, fold at the hips, and then stand back up. So from the side, it's heel, dig, reach forward, and come back up. We're keeping a flat back as we reach forward. I'm just doing as big or as small of a knee bend as you need to right now. Working on just getting some stretch in the back line of the leg. Good. You're gonna have to bear with a little paranoia, because I always get paranoid after we have one tech glitch. But we'll get there. Good, reaching forward, standing tall. Yes, and if that ever happens again, usually a refresh of the screen will do it. I hope everybody can find us though. In the meantime, I've got you. Hello, Joy. There we go, I found you, Tracy, thank you. I'm not sure what happened. We're just warming up the back lining of our legs, digging the heels forward. We get a couple more here. Oh, thank you. One would have thought that the glitch was from the beginning, from the new opener. What do you think? I'm pretty excited. I did it myself. But in fact, the glitch, in all honesty, was the camera, so I'm not sure what happened. Last two, with your right foot, and then with your left. All right, so we're gonna start, just keep your hands on your hips for a moment and just march one knee up, then the other knee up, trying to find that deep fold in the hip. It's a little bit of an off day for me. Not surprisingly, allergies have turned into a sinus infection, so feeling a little loopy, but we're gonna be all right, because when we feel loopy, we make sure the class is planned out and written down over there, so we don't have to remember anything. Good, let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, just picking up the pace a little bit. Good, 2, and 1. Take your feet, turn your toes off. Just knee little marches to the side. Yeah, Tracy, we have, and usually you can find it. I think Colleen was here. I hope she finds us. Yeah. Lift those knees up, getting into that outer hip. Awesome. Good, let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it nice and wide. We're gonna go into our just lateral lunges, bringing our hand over to our knee to the side, and press all the way open to the top, and then bending to the other side. Stretching our inner thighs, also getting that sense of deepening in the hip fold. And right now, if your knees aren't particularly warm, if they're feeling a little creaky, crunchy, sometimes mine even feel a little irritated first thing, you just go to the level that you can manage, and we'll work on the rest as time goes on. As we get more warm, we'll feel better about them, yeah? Good. Open your chest, press your arms back. Good. Oh, thank you, yes. I carried the shelf, it's not that heavy, but I actually came down the stairs thinking that I was gonna have to pick the whole thing up, put it in the car, but my husband put it in for me, so it was much easier. All right, left hand to right knee, take a little twist. Yeah, so we've rearranged some things, put some big ones in the light window. It all feels very nice in here. Come all the way up, other side. It feels very healthy right now, which I need. except for this little money plan. I brought it over here. I think it needs a little more love and attention. All the way up. Swivel your heels in a little bit. We're just gonna take a little squat with the knees turned out and stand up. Nice and slow to the beginning. Think of pressing your outer thighs backwards. Go down as deep as you can. Even if it's just a few inches, this is all about just warming up our hips, getting warmth in the body, that progressive, more systemic heat like we talked about, I think, on Monday. Good. All the way down. Let's go for 3 more. Down and up. Good. All the way down. Press it nice and tall. At least we've got a nice strong stream now. 2 and up. Last one. Good. All the way up. All right. Toe heel. Your feet back in. Reach all the way up. One more, just stretch over, rounding forward. Reaching all the way down. If you can bend your knees here, go for it. If you can keep them straight, go for it. Whatever stretch you need, just let yourself hang for a second. Big breath in across the back. Exhale fully. One more big breath. Exhale fully. Bend your knees, curl your tail under, roll all the way up through your spine. Let's do that one more time. Just opening up. Trying to get all those breathing muscles online for myself, for you. Good. Here we go. Bend your knees and straighten and bend and stretch. Look at the way your ankles and your knees come into alignment with each other. And then get ready to roll all the way up to the top. All right, so our first circuit is going to be 3 exercises in a seated position. If you're using a resistance band with me today, I'll ask you to get it. We're going to start perched at the edge of our chair, and we're going to go heel out, lift the leg, and you want to feel some tension around your quadricep muscles here to support your knee here. Lower it down and then step in. So that's the first exercise, alternating heel, lift, down, and in. We'll go both sides. Then we're gonna take the band, we're gonna place it around our legs. In fact, you know what? We can do that right now if you're using a band, so we don't have to worry about the transition. And we're just gonna do our outer thighs, coming back into the place where our legs are just a little wider than our hip sockets. So not relaxing totally. So we'll do our little abduction here, and then we're gonna do some standing little heel taps, similar to what we did before. So 2 rounds, I'm timing, we're all good. Start up nice and tall. Remember that sensation we had of space between the ribs and the hips, shoulders down in your back. Ready, here we go. We're gonna go right heel forward, up, down, stand it in. Left heel, there we go. I got a little mirror over here, and I actually like that it's hidden, but also maybe there's a better place for it. Always decorating. I will be reorganizing this space until the day I leave it. And I'll be like, why didn't I do it that way? Reach, lift, good. All right, half of the exercise is your posture, half of it is hip and thigh. Good. Getting warm right away in here for 4. And 3. And 2. Good. Last one. Reach, lift, in. Right here, we're gonna press out, slowly come back together. I'm gonna widen my feet, press out. Slow, slow, slow. Out. Now watch your legs and just see if you can press them evenly and then let them recover evenly. Often we have a leading leg, so that's okay. It's a dominant leg. Press. Good. And press. That's it. Just get right into the mindset of endurance. Press. Thank you, Tracy. I love my space, truly. Yeah, it's almost 10 years I've been here. Not quite, but almost. Can't believe it. Feels like I just had my studio the other day. Let's do 4 more here. We're just about there. 4, my other studio. I had a Pilates studio in Chicago for many, many years. And I chose to open a private practice. Last one here. Okay, so with a little bit of tension outward on the band, we're gonna move into our third exercise. It's a hinge at the hips. We're gonna stand all the way up with our hands behind our head or at our arms at our fingertips. We'll come up. We're gonna go out and in, out, in, out, in, out, in. We hinge to sit down, finding the chair. We come all the way back up. So a little slower cadence, but we'll get there. So we hinge, stand up, just a little bend in the knee. Press out with your heel. Out, out. Again, side and side. We hinge and we stand tall. Here we go. Reach forward all the way to that nice steady space. Kick it out through the hip. Now, what do hips have to do with it? A lot. Good. And then hinge. So often our hip alignment, our hip stability will help us understand and really guide our knees into better alignment so that the muscles above and below them can support. Good. Hinge it, sit, and all the way back. Let's do it again. Hinge forward, stand, tap, out and in, out and in, out and in. Good. Hinge it again, and all the way up. Let's do two more like this. Hinge, stand, tap out, really pressing. If you're not using a band, reaching your leg out to the side, hinge it. If you are using a band, really pressing your outer thigh into that band. Last one. All the way up, we tap. Out. And out. Good. And out. Hinge it. All the way back up. All right, quick break to shake it out. We're only doing 2 rounds of these circuits, but as you can tell, they're somewhat intense, right? All right, so on our second go round, see if you can lift a little higher, sit a little taller, ask a little more from yourself to just find the edge of this exercise. Here we go, we're going heel, lift, and in. Heel, lift, alternating. Every time you lift that leg, you're trying to stay really tall. Reach, and in. Keep going. Up and in. Really thinking about, sometimes I think about the tension of the muscle down at the bottom of my thigh, above my knee, picks the knee up, which is kind of true anatomically. Almost. We are picking it up from the hip more than anything, but we're keeping it kind of straight from. Good. Oh, good. Yeah, the pink ones are great. I have a heavy one at home, and I tried it this weekend. I was like, no. Anything, again, that causes too much stress, we're doing the opposite of what we're trying to do. Yeah. Good. One more here, and then we got a little finisher. Okay? Pull it in. So sit tall, and then before we go to our next one, we're gonna kick up and down, only on the right. Reach that heel. Keep a little tension so you feel that support from the outer hip. Good. Opening your chest, reaching long. We go for 4, 3, 2, and other side. Here we go. Reach. Stretch. And stretch. Awesome work, everybody. Keep going. Good. For 4, 3, sitting tall, 2, 1, and we're here. We press out to go. Out, in, again. That's right. Press it out. And in. Reach into the band. Yes. Press. Excellent. Open. Press open. Close, close, close. Keep going. Let's go 4 more times. Woo, I'm getting very hot today. I don't have a fever or anything. I just think I'm sweating out some NyQuil. Knocked myself out last night. You know how if you got a little sinus thing, you just want to sleep soundly. Good, last 2. Out. Good. All right, here we go to stand up. Hands at the shoulders or the head. We're going forward, up. We're gonna go a little faster. Tap, 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 and hinge, and down. Here we go again. Forward, feel supported in your core, press through your heels. We go tap, 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 hinge, and up. Go hinging forward, stand tall, find your center, tap, 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 hinge, and find your chair. Forward, all the way up, feeling strong. Leg, 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 leg. Trying not to shift the weight too much because you want to stay right over that chair, right? Last 2, forward, up, press through the heel, through the heel, through the heel, through the heel, hinge, and tall, and forward, and lift. Last one, tap, 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 hinge, and all the way up. Awesome work. Let's take the band off for a moment, and we're gonna make our way down to the mat. So you can take your chair off to the side. Quick drink if you need it. Quick admiration of your plants. And then gather your ball or your pillow. We're gonna start with the ball under one leg, and then we're coming down propped onto your elbows. If you need to lay all the way down for this, if it's too much on your elbows, it's totally fine. What we're trying to do, and actually we can bend the back leg up, you're gonna press your hamstring, the back of your leg, down into the ball in order to straighten your leg. And then you wanna try to keep the pressure into the ball as you lower down. So you press and lift and press and lower. And then in between the 2 movements, you get a little reset. All right, let's go. We press it down, lift. You're looking for that nice strong contraction of the muscle as you extend. Press, reach, keep pressing down to lower. Now my leg is gonna start shaking, woo, right away, because I'm really concentrating on that very pure movement of the leg. And I've also been doing a lot of rehab work, so I've got a little fatigue going on. I'm just sharing that so you know that there's some pretty significant work happening right now. It doesn't look like much, but I'm trying to make it feel like a lot. Yes, reach. Good. Bend it down. You got it. Reach. Pressing, bend it down. We have 2 more on this leg. Nice and concentrated. That's it. And bend. 1 more time. Reach it out. Whee! And bend all the way down. Good. Okay, roll it over to the other leg. Get it all set right underneath your hamstring, not underneath your knee, under the muscle. We press it down into the ball to extend your leg, and then bend. For those of you who tend to lock out your knees, that's me too, keeping your hamstring pressing down often will bring you to the place where you're not just locking the joint, but rather you're, you're supporting it. So you feel less of your kneecap and your knee joint and more of the muscles surrounding it. Let's pay attention to that for a moment. Pressing down to try to find that muscular contraction, pressing down to maintain it. Good. Reach it all the way down. Reach it down and out. Good. We've got 3 more here. Reach. There's that quiver I'm looking for. It's the specificity that makes things quiver oftentimes, brings us to Quiver Town. And I'm here for it. It's like learning a new language or remembering an old one sometimes. Good. Reach. Bend. Reach. And bend. Good. And reach. And bend. One more time. And reach. Yes. And bend. All right. Let's take it all the way down onto our backs. Bring the ball in between your legs, right below your kneecap on the inner thigh. And we did those 3 counts to press out earlier. Now we're gonna squeeze in, 2, 3, release. Squeeze, 2, 3, release. You can rest your arms down by your side. You can take them out to a T if that feels good, whatever you need right now. Press, 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 release. Press, press, press. Good. We're gonna bring this action into a glute bridge in just a moment. Okay, so we've got 4 more, just press, 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 release. Number 3. Number 2. Good, last one, press it in, keep it in. Let's bend our elbows, press the glutes up, lower down. Keep those inner thighs active, lift. Now we're working the back of our leg, supporting the back of your knee. Excuse me. Good, keep going everybody. It's gonna be that kind of a day. Sorry. Lift and lower for 4. 3. Ooh, those tickles. 2. Good. And 1. And lower all the way down. All right, rest for a second. My goodness. We're gonna take that ball, place it underneath your hips like we did a couple days ago. Now, your goal with your pelvis is to keep that ball pressing down. Your pelvis is gonna stay still, no arching in your back. So keep your abdominals pretty engaged to help keep your shape stable. And then we're gonna slide one leg away, my goodness, as far as we can. I'm okay, I've just got a lot of sinusy fun stuff going on. And then we're gonna slide that leg back. Ideally, don't move your hip, okay? Here we go, other side, slide the heel away. Reach it nice and long. Pull it all the way in. And then slide the other one out. And pull it all the way in. See if you can get some traction on the mat or the floor if it's possible by pressing down through your heel as you drag it in. Reach it out. Pull it in. Reach it out. Pull it all the way in. One more time each side. Reach it out. Pull it all the way in. Good. Last one, reach it out. Pull it all the way in. Press your feet down. Let's take the ball out and roll down through your spine. Good. Release. Hold here for a second. Ball goes back in between your knees. We're going to take our arms out to a T. Sink down through the weight of your pelvis and then bring your knees up to tabletop. And then from here, we're just gonna take a twist. Squeeze into the ball. Take your legs as far over to the side as you can. And then sink down to come back to center. And then go to the other side. Reaching over. And then sink down to come back to center. Reach over. Good. Sink down to come back to center. And reach it over. Sinking down to come back to center. And reaching over. sinking down to come back to center. One more time to the side. Good. All the way back to center. All right. Take your ball. Rock yourself up to a seated position. We're going to take the ball behind the lower back, kind of middle back. Back leg is bent. Front leg goes straight. And then we're going to reach out to the side as far as you can and let your toes dial out and heel dial in. I'm going to actually extend this leg. We're drawing a diagonal line down to the floor and up to the knee, pulling it up, pressing it down. Can you join me here? The back's there for a little extra support, or the ball's there for extra support to your back. Yeah. Good. So inner thigh to inner thigh, try to keep the bent knee pretty stable. Squeeze it up, press it down. Again, working inner and outer thighs in various positions, just getting us into a good, active place. Good, that's it. Lift and lower and up and down. Let's go for 2. And last one. Good. Let's bring it all the way in. Shake it out a little. And then bend your knee and extend your other leg out. Slide it out to the side. Let your toes drop out and your heel drop in. Inner thigh to inner thigh. Press all the way down. It's really tempting to move this bent knee in to close the gap. I want you to really work the straight leg to bring it towards the bent leg. So the one leg is working, one leg is just staying where it's at, and that'll increase the work a bit. I'm glad the ball feels really good to the low back. Anything that can support you is just really ideal. Even if you just lay on that ball for a bit, it does help. Good, we've got 6. Press. And 5. Yes. And 4. And 3. And 2. Good. And 1. Press all the way down, come all the way through, and then let's bring ourselves all the way up. We're gonna do one last little fun thing with the ball. You might think it's not fun, I'm not sure. We're gonna do little figure eights. All I want you to do is pass the ball under one leg, pass it under the other leg, and we're gonna be here for 30 seconds. So if you drop the ball, just pick it up again, just side to side. If you feel comfortable, you can do legs off the ground, but it's not necessary. Good. Whoa. Reach, reach, reach. Halfway there. That's it. Keep breathing, almost there. Woo! It's our little finisher before we come to do a couple ankle exercises. That's 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on forward. Release. Oh, my legs are sore from this week. All right, we can leave the ball for the moment. If you are comfortable coming onto your knees to do the next exercise, then I'll show you what we're gonna do. We're basically, let's see how I can face you. I'm bringing the chair over just in case you wanna sit. So, it's not important that you face the diagonal. I just want you to see my ankle here, and it might help to have the chair here. What we're doing is we're gonna increase the range of motion right here. So we wanna deepen the ankle fold without lifting your heel. So that means you're gonna allow your knee to go over your toe, but only as much as you can keep your heel down, and if that's just a little bit, that's okay. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna turn the toe out. We're gonna bring the same thing, knee over toe, get you into a pretty good calf stretch. Come back, center, knee over toe. And then we're gonna do internal rotation, knee over toe, which is gonna get the outside. Now, if kneeling for this level of time is not great for you, what you can do is bring your foot in, have a lot of weight here, but you're just in a little lunge, and you can kind of lean the toe over, turn out, lean the knee over the toe, lean it over, and lean it over, okay? I'll leave it up to you which one you choose. So I'm gonna face this way just so we can see each other. Send your knee out over your second and third toe. Keep your heel down, recover, rotate it. Send your knee out over your second and third toe. Ooh, I need that calf stretch. Recover. So it's kind of slow. We're just moving into the range and then out of the range. And then knee over second and third toe again. This one's the one I need. Come back to center. Good. We go forward. The interesting piece, you know, we work a lot of hip mobility too, to address the knee. We also need to work the ankle mobility to address the knee. And this is great for my foot too, so selfishly, I added it in. That was a body heater, wasn't it? Everything feels warmer than it needs to be today. Woo! Good. Thanks for rolling with me, everybody. I'm glad you're still here. Toe goes in. Good. Let's do one more of each. Forward. Bring it out to the side. The chair is kind of a nice little helper here. Forward. And then knee over second and third toe as you come in, and then come back to center and relax. Let's go to the other side. I'm gonna just bring the chair over here, and then I'll do one facing this way, just so we can have this angle here. So sometimes we can tend to go to the outside edge of our feet or to the inside edge of your feet with the aiming of the knee. Just keep right over the central part of your foot, just so we're gliding it forward, bringing it back, rotating, gliding it out, keep the heel down. It's a pretty decent stretch when you do that. Gliding it forward. And then we go across. There's no pain necessary in this exercise. If it's thoughtfully uncomfortable, meaning, ooh, I don't know that I've ever taken my knee here before. Explore what feels good for you. Remember, the caveat is to keep your heel down. But if you're finding that it's very painful to go in any of these directions, the goal is to just go right up to the edge of pain, not into it or through it. You know, only working in the ranges where it feels like you can handle it. Yeah. I'm kind of glad I picked the intense playlist today. I think I need the energy bopping behind me. I'm probably at a 70% of normal today, but hopefully we'll be back by the end of the week. It's like never fails this time of year. For any of you who have inflammatory stuff that you're dealing with, and you're in a part of the world that changes climate in terms of summer to fall, this is the worst part for us. Let's go one more of each. This is where the mold comes out and we start to, everything just goes downhill. I've never made it through an October or November without a sinus infection, so such is life. But movement is okay, as long as we're not pushing it, you know, unduly raw. All right, how's that feeling? Pretty okay, I hope? Okay, so let's come up to stand. Now, we are gonna use our chair for a little bit of just a support. You can also use a wall or your countertop. So rather than thinking of this as a lunge, I want you to think of this as a crouch. And in fact, like maybe we put the band forward like so. We're in a short stance like so. And all we're gonna do is go down to get it and then press back up. So I find personally that a crouch is a preferable exercise to my body than a lunge is at this point in time in my rehab. If you want to do single leg lunges, be my guest, have a ball. But otherwise, you know, we're most likely crouching throughout the day, so the stance is most likely going, nobody kind of walks through the day and goes walking lunge to get something. We don't. We crouch. We kind of keep our weight underneath ourselves. So we're just going to do that. Now look, flat back, pushing from my supporting leg and through my foot to come up. Okay? Going down, pick it up if you want, or not. We go down. And then we come back up. We go down, release it, come back up. Good. Yeah, it's interesting, we're not encouraged. We're encouraged to replace our knees, brace them. We're not really encouraged to move them in lots of directions. And, sometimes it can be challenging. Usually knee injuries happen with speed, where either we're knocked into something that's moving at a high velocity, or we're moving at a high velocity and we either do something our body can't manage or what have you. We're almost done with these. They're just as effective as lunges, if you ask me. Last one, down and up, and then down, let it go, and come all the way back up. All right. Now, in the event a band didn't work great for you, that's okay. You can put your water bottle down there, you can put your ball down there, something that would be helpful. Okay, we're getting there, we're getting there. Are you ready? Good. Yeah, and so I see you, I don't enjoy lunges. Me neither. They're not for everybody. And in the studies that I've done with lower leg specialists as well as running specialists, what I've recognized is that we're not a one-size-fits-all exercise sort of situation. So again, if we're talking about moving for our life, this feels like a bit more applicable to what we might do, picking stuff off the ground, and often with my clients, they end up doing something like this, which if they've got the flexibility, sure, but I always encourage them to take the elevator down. Oh, I did that wrong. We've got 3 more. I am counting and talking and all the things. Here's 2. Lower it down, and then 1 more of each. Picking it up, pressing to the top, lower down. Whoa. All right, shake it out. Let's get a drink real quick. Woo. So when I talk to my clients, and most of my clients are at a certain age that are working on leg strength and maintaining it. So we think of the body as a building, and rather than jumping off the roof to get to where you're going, which is okay. We've talked about hip strategies, it's there for you. I ask them to take the elevator down to the ground floor and then get it up so that they're sure to use some of their legs. Okay? All right, so our last little exercise, we're almost there, is gonna be a little single leg knee bend. You can do these off of a stair as long as there's no pain. Complete transparency. I'm working on this leg. I have pain off the stair. I don't do the stair yet. So we're holding onto the chair or the wall, whatever you got. Hand on the hip. Flex your foot. Have your knee engaged. And then we're just gonna bend and lift. This is our cadence. Bend the inside leg. Lift it back up. It does not have to be super high. We're pushing through the feet, reaching through the crown of the head. Let your standing leg be what brings the leg down to the ground. So we're not lowering the foot. We're keeping this leg at the same angle and moving it down and up from the standing supporting leg. Good. That's it. We're almost there. Think about lifting and lengthening through your center. Last 2. Good. We got it. 1 more. the way up. All right, shake it out. Let's get ready for the other side. Standing on the inside leg. Front leg goes forward, lifts a little. We bend to touch it. We press to lift it. Bend and press. Think about having a lot of weight in your heel. It's gonna help you fold as needed to lower yourself, to lift yourself. Reach and press. Yes. These are heat builders as well. Good. Bend. Press. Little movements, just targeting above and below. Good. 3, and lift. 2. Good. There it is. Last one. And all the way up and release. Okay. Go ahead and take your chair forward. Hang on where you need to. We're just gonna curl the heel towards your sits bone. I'll go to the side. So we're going up and down and repeating on the same leg. What I don't want you to do is stick your seat back, but instead keep it lifted. So we're going up and shift. Squeeze and shift. Try to get it up quick and hold it for a beat. You absolutely don't need to use your balance if you don't need it. So you can see we've worked the front, we've worked our hips, the muscles around our knees, we've worked the inner thigh and the outer thigh. Good. Awesome, Joy. I'm really happy to hear it. You know, many of us will shy away from knee exercises because we do think it's all squats and lunges, and like, yeah, that's like, if we think about that as like the big cake, then what we've done today is like the eggs, the flour, the sugar, the milk, all the ingredients that go towards making a big squat or a lunge, you know? So sometimes you gotta gather up your tools before you go for the big cake. Does that work as a metaphor or analogy? Sure. Good, one more time. All right, we're gonna switch sides. I'll just turn around. We're going up, down, up, squeeze. Good. Notice how I'm not losing my posture, just folding at that knee. Pull it up. Yeah. And I always try to include some exercises that are really challenging for us all in class, but also that are doable. Good. Up. Up. Keep going. Keep reaching through the crown of your head. We're always going for that nice lifted, lengthened sense through our body, strong and supported. Good. We've got 4 more here. 4. Good. 3. 2. And 1. All right. Let's go ahead and take our chair just to the edge of the mat, and then take 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. Lift yourself up in the front of your chest. Glitching all over the place here today. We're gonna lift the heel up in the back and then reach it down. Good. And up. And down. Good. Lift, reach through the crown of the head. Reach up nice and tall. Lower down. Good. Up. Lower down one more time. Keep the same hand as the front leg on your chair. Reach the other one up. Grow through your spine. Find your diagonal reach just for a little opening. Good. Come back to center, hand back on the chair. Lift your back heel. Bend your back knee slightly, and then tilt the tail under just a little bit so we find that stretch. Think of this as less of a knee exercise, more of a stretch. So we're just gonna go lower down, lift up a little bit. Lower down, lift up. So as I go lower, I'm kind of tucking under a little bit more so I can find that stretch. Lower and lift. Down, almost there. 2 more, 2 more. Down, opening up. Lifting nice and strong. Last one. Down and lift, and good. Place that foot back, step in. Whew. Reach the other leg back. All right, finding your lunge. Nice and tall, and then we lift and lower, back heel up, and then lengthen. Every time I lower my heel, I'm thinking about reaching it back along the mat a little farther. Good. Should say, welcome to new subscribers. We've got a few of them. I hope you're all here for the right reasons, because I'm here for the right reasons. Good, 2 more. Awesome, Tracy. I think it was Tracy. It popped up a little quicker than I saw the name. Good. 1 more up and then down. Take your hand, oops, on the chair, take your other hand up and then stretch. Oh, that's the one we need. Breathing, releasing. Good, let's lift to come back to center. Lift your back heel, bend your knee, tuck your tail under a little bit. We're going just a little down, a little up. Trying to stretch on the front of your leg, your hip. Good, just a tiny little movement. And up. Good, reach down. Press through the crown of your head. And again, reach. Last 2. Good. Last 1. Excellent. Go ahead and place that heel back. Take your hands on your chair and just hinge for a moment in one last long stretch. Reaching through the fingertips and the sits bones. Let's bend the knees, release the chair, roll up through your spine. Yes, we made it. Let's see if the new one comes up. Does the new one come up? Maybe. Aw, man. Aw, man. Well, there's a new one. I'll make it come up. Anyway, thank you for being with me today through the tech glitches. I apologize to those of you who did not make it in the tech glitches, and I hope you find the replay. Yay! Da-da-da! We have a sunshine. Don't forget to ask and answer why the moves matter to you today. Make sure you drink plenty of water today. We'll be back tomorrow for a recovery reset. Joy and Tracy and others, I'm so happy that you found such value in this class. It's always my intention to make the hard stuff a little easier. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. We're figuring it out. We're figuring it out as time goes on. All right, my friends, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.